The plane lands. Everyone around you is going somewhere. You are the only one who doesn't know where that is yet. You've been awake for 19 hours. The flight attendant smiled at you when you boarded. You smiled back. You didn't understand half of what she said, but you nodded like you did, because that's what you decided you would do here. Nod. Smile. Figure it out. The airport is the size of your entire neighborhood back home. Not the street, the neighborhood. You stand in the arrivals hall and people move around you like water around a rock. Fast, certain, unbothered. They know exactly where the exit is. They know which lane to queue in. They know what to say when the officer asks them questions. You practiced what to say. You practiced it on the plane, under your breath, with your eyes closed. You still aren't sure it's right. In your jacket pocket is a folded piece of paper, one address, one phone number. Your cousin's name written in your mother's handwriting because she said you'd feel calmer if you saw her handwriting. She was right. In your bag are 2 pairs of trousers, 3 shirts, a photograph, a small bottle of the soap from home because someone told you the soap here smells different and you weren't ready for everything to smell different all at once. You have $200. It felt like a lot when you were counting it at the kitchen table back home. Everyone watching. Your father nodding slowly like he was approving something sacred. Your little sister sitting on the counter trying not to cry. It does not feel like a lot now. You find the immigration queue. You join the end of it. The officer at the desk has a face that gives nothing away, and you watch him from 50 people back, trying to read him, trying to prepare yourself for whatever version of this is about to happen to you. When you get to the front, he asks you 3 questions. You answer all 3. He looks at your passport for a long time, longer than feels normal. You keep your face still. You keep your breathing even. You think about your mother's handwriting on that piece of paper, and you stay calm. He stamps it, slides it back, doesn't smile. You pick it up and walk through, and you think, that's it. That's the moment. You are through. You are here. You did the thing everyone said was impossible, and you did it. But the feeling you expected, the relief, the joy, the sense of arrival, it doesn't come. Not yet. Instead, there is just more airport, more signs, more people who know where they are going. You find a bench and you sit down and you take out your phone. You call your cousin's number. It rings, and rings, and rings. Voicemail. You call again. Voicemail. You sit with the phone in your hand and you look at the floor and you do the calculation that you have been refusing to do since you landed. It is 4 in the afternoon here, which means back home it is, and you stop yourself. You said you wouldn't do that. You said you would stop converting the time, stop doing the subtraction, stop measuring this life against that one. You call a 3rd time. This time it connects. Your cousin's voice comes through and it is familiar and strange at the same time. Familiar because you grew up with it. Strange because something in it has changed. Something in the rhythm of it. Something that tells you this place got inside him before you even arrived. He tells you he's on his way. He tells you 45 minutes. He tells you to wait by the exit doors and not to talk to anyone offering you a taxi. You say, okay. You say, thank you. You want to say something else. Something that carries the weight of the last 6 months. The visa application, the interviews, the letter that came back rejected the first time, the second application, the waiting, the not sleeping, the lying awake calculating odds. But you don't know how to put all of that into words, so you just say, okay. You say, thank you. You hang up. 45 minutes. You sit by the exit doors and you watch this country arrive and depart in front of you and you try to understand it. The way people dress, the way they walk, the particular confidence of people who have never had to think about whether they belong somewhere. You have thought about it your whole life. You will think about it every day you are here. You already know that. A woman sits next to you. She is maybe 60. She has kind eyes and a small dog in a carrier bag, and she says something to you, and you smile and nod, and she says something else, and you realize she is asking you a question, and you say, sorry, could you repeat that? And she does, and this time you understand. She is asking if you are waiting for someone. Yes, you say, my cousin. She nods. She says, that's nice. She says family is everything. You agree. You mean it more than she will ever know. Your cousin arrives in a car that is older than he described it. He gets out and he is taller than you remember, and he is wearing a coat you have never seen, and for a strange moment he looks like a stranger. Then he smiles and he is your cousin again, and he grabs your bag and throws it in the boot, and he says, "Welcome, welcome, you made it." And he says it like it is simple, like people do this every day. People do this every day. That is the thing nobody tells you. This enormous, terrifying thing that consumed your entire life for 6 months. Other people do it every single day. You are not special for surviving it. You are just next. In the car, he talks fast. He tells you the rules of the flat. He tells you about his job, his schedule, the area, the bus routes, the shop that sells the rice you like. He talks like a man who has been saving up information to give you, and now that you are here, he is emptying himself of it. You listen. You nod. You watch the city through the window. It is gray. You knew it would be gray. People told you. But knowing a thing and seeing it are different. The sky is the color of old concrete, and the streets are narrower than they looked in pictures, and there is a particular flatness to the light that you don't have a word for yet. But there are people, everywhere people, and they are living. Quietly, quickly, in the gray, they are living, and something about that, the ordinariness of it, steadies you. You get to the flat. It is on the third floor. The lift is broken. You carry your bag up the stairs, and your cousin opens the door, and the first thing that hits you is warmth, real warmth. And underneath it, faint but unmistakable, the smell of home. Palm oil, something frying. He cooked. You sit at his small kitchen table, and he puts a plate in front of you, and you eat, and for the first time since the plane landed, you feel your shoulders drop. You didn't know you had been holding them that high. You have been holding them that high since you left home. He asks you how the flight was. You say fine. He asks you how everyone at home is. You tell him. He nods, and there is something behind his eyes, a missing that he has learned to carry so quietly you almost don't see it. You see it. That night you sleep on his sofa, and you stare at the ceiling, and you listen to a city that never fully goes quiet, and you think about everything that comes next. The job search, the paperwork, the learning of this place, its rhythms, its silences, its unwritten rules that everyone seems to know except you. The daily work of becoming someone who belongs here, or at least someone who looks like they do. You think about your mother. You think about her handwriting on that piece of paper. You think about your father nodding at the kitchen table like he was approving something sacred. You take out your phone. You type a message. You write, "I'm here. I'm safe. It's cold, but I'm okay." You stare at it before you send it. $200, one phone number, one address, one cousin who cooked so you wouldn't feel so far from home on your first night. You press send. You close your eyes. Outside, the city keeps moving. It does not know you arrived today. It does not know what it cost you to get here. It does not know your name yet, but it will. That's why you came.